Thank you so very much, Trace, into the pistol, and already seeing JW go for just a little spot of aggression. The Xbox smoke obscures his view, and into the action we go. Observed by Jakey, shout out to him for giving you all the visuals you hope to see. Split through tons in middle. It will be JW getting caught out, but he actually uses the smoke to escape. Dips in and out, and he shakes it all about. Still 5 alive for both sides.
It would all slow down at this point, looking for that short control. We have got one smoke and a couple of flashes available for Navi. Big matchup here, Alex. A little bit rushed to sit down, but we're here now.
Yeah,
ready to go. Just in time for the action. Smoke towards CT spawn. Bit of a ruse, though. You can see them just trying to take some attention away from the A side. It's going to be Crims and JW. Lying in wait towards the A side. Crims may be caught out of position. The flashbang's effective. They try to play down towards spawn. That's electronic remove, though. And JW now got a bit of a shooting gallery in front of him.
He has been so active and yet 0 ADR. He's been shot at. He's been on every part of the map. Simple, however, with the P250 Kevlar. A gift for him to find 2. He actually upgrades in a way to the USP, but the bullets aren't connecting, chipping away, and JW will finally fall. 2 remaining for the Swedes as Golden, full HP, Brolin is going to get chipped away at, and that's a lovely take from Navi. But yes, we were rushing to our seats. The game, obviously the players so excited to get this game going in the same way we are to be commentating it. Fnatic Navi, Hank. It is quite a tantalizing prospect for Counter-Strike fans right now.
It's a pretty iconic matchup, I would say, and is certainly going to deliver. I've got a feeling already. As we see Simple, that P250 armor, a couple of crispy headshots there towards the A side. No problem at all. It all started with a bit of a deficit, though, as Electronic that's jumping down towards CT spawn, but that actually works out. Think about it, all the crosshairs then down in CT spawn, just as 4 players swing out from shore, that's when they can start landing their shots. So, sure, Electronic's a bit of a martyr there, but overall, they win the round, only giving up 1 kill. So that's very impressive indeed. Not much found at all there for Fnatic. It's only Crims opposed to single kill. It's Simple coming out towards long, making sure that he hits every shot possible. Brilliant stuff from him. Perfecto to close things out, as we'll see. A force buy coming from Fnatic here. It's Brodan with a FAMAS, couple of scouts. Deagles as well. We've seen some great scout shots throughout the tournament so far. Not looking for kills necessarily, trying to do as much damage as he can. You can set up your teammates with those CZs, but it's the first kill for Simple. Looking like he's very sharp today, Alex.
He's looking poised. Another headshot. Those P250 shots were crispy, and he's continued straight in to the second with the scout. Not the easiest weapon to be using up against the force buy, but still connecting and actually finding that headshot on the cross of the doors. Golden unable to make it to B, which does put Brolin in a rather tough circumstance of solo holding, but he opts for aggression. Perfecto. He'll note that and willingly at least flirt with the idea of taking that fight again. FAMAS versus Mac 10, though, should favor Brolin. Simple's elsewhere, continuing to line up headshots with that scout.
What can they do in response here? Fnatic with their backs to the wall here. Crims, he will sit in the smoke. It's a bit of a common play these days. You don't usually get 2 lovely headshots like that, though. And there's Flasher coming through the smoke as well. This round starting to collapse on Navi here. It's going to be a 3 versus 2. Simple and Flamey remain. They have the bomb and control of the A site, but a 3-on-2 deficit here. Bomb to be planted, 2 players in CT spawn, Flamey to cover. Simple hasn't missed many shots so far, 2 to his name already in this particular round, and down he goes finally. Removed, down to just Simple here. And surely nothing can be done. What a fantastic round from Crims especially. So just to touch on that point I was making. So you can sit in the smoke, a lot of players are doing these days, and if you sit in the smoke, you get a slight advantage when the smoke finally dissipates. You get vision being the player set in the smoke than the player's looking at it. So you can see why Crims sets in the smoke, he manages to get 2 kills initially, then a 3rd as well, and it will be Fnatic answering back with the force buy, 3 players surviving no less, but they're going to have to deal with that themselves going into the next round. Navi with the bomb planted, I'll get a force buy here, we're going to see a couple of rifles potentially. Simple even open things up with a skull cracking shot towards the double doors and towards the A side. Still wasn't enough. Crims comes online and manages to get 2 great kills, reminiscent of Nexa.
Yeah.
Sure, but not 4 this time.
Not 4, but you say 2 necessary, and they deliver. Crims lining up their heads and finished off, of course, despite the best efforts of Simple. Found 2 kills to match his pistol round fragging total. Into the 3rd and flashing out Electronic, trying to break into long. He does have the supporting flashes, but the CTs do too, and he's doing the full dance. White monitor. Flusher shuts them down. A little bit of a crawl here from Boomich, though. He will be checked by Crims and Krieg v Deeg. We know how that one ends.
Not very well, apparently. Simple and Flamey remaining again, but now in a 5-on-2. Doesn't look like there's many options for them, but you should never discount Simple in any scenario, really, especially when he's got an AK-47, time and HP. Smoke and Molly available. He'll have to put Flame in the end of the fishing rod, as it were, as he can't really do much with just a Desert Eagle on low HP. He's going to have to get intel for Simple here. They'll drop the catwalk smoke and see whether there's anything available. Maybe boost behind it could be an option for them, but it's pretty obvious they would be doing that. Trying to use the gap in the smoke. Flamey looks towards the car. Molotov at the ramp and just trying to bait out any CTs from the middle doors, for example, see if there's anything available for them. But there's no real reason to fully commit to this if you're Fnatic. It's holding positions, it's looking pretty good so far. Backstab from JW, and the round should be over momentarily. That's the key frag there. It's a low HP Flamey remaining. Crims will take care of him. Clean sheet for Fnatic. After losing the pistol, should find themselves 3-1 up.
Yeah, and there's absolutely no complaints, I'm sure, from the Swedish side. A couple of interesting lessons learned from the interview JW recently gave with HLTV, talking about some of the issues, of course, of the Fnatic roster. The roster changes is in particular where the team really did kind of lose its identity for a while, and it seems that the identity crisis in his mind, admittedly it's going to be a personal opinion, hinged on his AWP. It's back in his grasp. More JW AWPing action likely to be seen on the CT side as this game continues.
JW informing and Simple on Dust 2. I would watch that.
Boy, yeah.
I'd give that a go.
Sign me up.
Like we said, looking like to be 3-1 here, considering there's no money available for Navi to invest anything at all, really. Desert Eagle was Simple. He's the only player who's really killed anyone so far. He's got 4 to his name. Flamey and Perfecto with 1 each. Boomich and Electronic with 0 very early on. But not much to report here. Going to go up towards short. They haven't even got a flash to really check the corner. It's got to be a face check. Pretty decent attempt there from Simple, where the bullet doesn't connect. HE to follow things up, and Smarty falls back. Crims confirms it just on pistols and just wants to continue at range.
Makes a whole lot of sense. Crims should just be tapping away at this cross, and it does seem to go well. The first and stabilizes, lovely. Just tapping away to ensure that not another body drops. Fnatic, you said clean the round before, and again, starting to really nurture their finances early on this defense.
Crims is 10-1 right now. Sure, a lot of anti-eco kills thrown in the mix, but he actually got some himself, that Desert Eagle, if you remember. So he opens things up, manages to confirm no one's pistols, falls right back. And you can see his new addition we got to the HUD. I just want to point this out. You can see exactly how many people are alive. Don't even need to think. Really. We don't have to do anything.
Yeah. Just watch the number.
Exactly.
Zoom in.
So, Scout is Simple. And Deagle in the previous round cost him a bit more than he realized, I think, because it's not the ideal weapon to enter this round with. Pushing off towards short. Crim's really feeling it right now. Like I said, 10 kills to his name. Made down towards lower players there. I don't think he'll do too much damage. Doesn't really connect.
Speaking of not doing damage, that's Electronic 5 rounds in with, I think, yep, 3 ADR, 0-0-4. We talk about the dastardly duo. Simple and Electronic. Well, at the moment, it does seem like more of a solo show. Very early doors, though, but Electronic has been quiet to get things started. Same can be said for the leader, the newest addition, Boomich. He'll be run boosting across, and Crims, warning shots, but nothing more. Responsive utility, a molly and a flash, a nice pairing to keep them at bay.
Yeah, both teams okay with that. No one took too much damage. They pushed the CTs off short, but they've held them at bay with that incendiary as we get into the sub-minute mark here. In terms of overall utility, 2 smokes remaining, Simple on the Scout. A couple of flashes remaining. Pretty basic control. They've taken shots and they're going to smoke towards CD spawn. But unless you see that second smoke land towards the box as well, you're not really believing they're actually fully committing to it. And that would be the case here. Could drop down from short, I suppose. We'll see whether Boomich wants to commit off this. The in-game leader just showing presence towards middle, but back towards short they go. Flamey holding the long doors, looking for any sort of CT response, pushing in towards those doors. That is going to be Flusher. Crims from short does find the first skull. No utility remaining now in 20 seconds as well. JW just trying to hold them at bay.
Look at him. He just pulls himself back under cover, but perhaps a little too greedy. Goes back in for a second dip and gets punished for it. Electronic, a swift shot, the first kill for him. And that enables the site to be fully flying the Navi flag. They have the numbers advantage as well. No real nades, or at least not a combination of them. Golden can throw one that might chip away at Simple on site, does so. Softens him up for the take. Maybe the Galil and Famas have a better shot now.
That's all they have, though. 1 flashbang remaining, and these lesser weapons in form of the Galil and the Famas doesn't look good for the retake here at all. Crims will have to do something unspeakable once again here as the time ticks away. He'll have to look towards long, nail a shot. His teammate throws that flashbang in, needs a quick headshot. It was a decent effort, to say the very least. Couldn't quite find the head, though. That's going to be round for Navi. It looked like it was a great advantage there for Fnatic, but doesn't convert. Brolan with 3 kills in the end. He will survive with the FAMAS. Their money's still very good indeed, and they do punish Navi, taking down a few players towards the end, but the round on the board nonetheless, as we'll find ourselves with a 3-2 scoreline, and it will be Flamey who carries over the Creed to the next round. They still can't get the AWP. You might even see a double orb setup from Fnatic now. That could be an option for them. They've managed to farm so much cash. Broadland doesn't go for it yet, keeping the money strong, holds on to the FAMAS, and we will see JW, as you mentioned, bringing out the sniper, looking to cause some damage here, and Simple, presumably by the AK. Gone for a scout again. He's actually bought the scout.
Yeah. Then this is the first real test that we get to see Fnatic, the desk, of course, covering it, but game versus Renegades isn't going to be all too telling, but versus Navi, we get to see if those 78 days between their last LAN events, it's going to haunt them in any way, shape, or form. Looks pretty damn good from there where I'm sitting as a nade lands in the top pocket of Electronic, and another one straight afterwards. Magnetic straight to one of the stars of the Navi show. Backing away, Simple does manage to recover the bomb and a weapon, so we slow things down. And perhaps Perfecto can tuck himself in on short and catch a CT going sniffing.
Perfecto and Simple remain. That long take doesn't go well for them at all, barely causing any damage at all. Broadland actually took that damage on the cross from the scout at the start of the round. So they haven't actually landed a single shot so far. JW, almost one as well. This one not as dramatic as they will still have to negate this smoke. The incendiary's going to land as well behind it. Not much they can do here. They've got a Molotov and an HE for themselves. Sure, they have a minute on the clock, but how many mistakes are Fnatic going to make to even make this round possible for them?
It does look helpless. You can see those three bodies littering long. And towards A they go from short. Can't quite find a single opportunity. There it is, through the smoke is the only way Simple could find something in order to make damage into this round. 30 seconds though, he's not going to be in any rush to charge on in and take those double peaks. Instead, just hoping Golden gets a little too anxious. From behind, Broadland waits, and he's making that FAMAS look deadly.
Yeah, he really is. Might as well hold on to it. He's got a Krieg now as well, so the investment pays off. He's got himself $10,000, a 4-2 lead, and plenty of kills to boot as well. 4-0. Broadland hasn't gone down as of yet. Brilliant coordination here from the CT side. They've got three players fighting, combative towards long. HE grenades landing in the pockets there of Navi. They didn't even inflict any damage whatsoever on the T side as they enter round number 7 with just an eco here. No armor. One flashbang, some upgraded pistols. Looks very good for another Fnatic round here. Simple feels the heat towards the long doors. Going to fall back here. The bomb remains outside long. So they could feign maybe a mid to B push here and have the bomb going up towards A. There's not really much you can do on Duster in that manner.
Yeah, you kind of just have to put all your eggs in one basket in circumstances like this. You're not quite going to be able to pull the CT rotation in the same way you can in other maps. Does walk into Broadland's crosshair on middle, and he'll continue to hold this one. He's got no issues. He's up against the Deagles, and actually Electronic's bullets seem to be doing equal damage at this point. Perfecto's Deagle now connecting, and perhaps anxiety starting to peak because Perfecto continues his advance. He's actually taking control of the B side. 2 CTs have reacted to this, but the bomb miles away. And so is everything from Navi. I mean, they've got the bomb on their back, but of course that was their chance. Had Perfecto managed to find another, perhaps a different case. Bomb down, but not to be.
Not really much Navi can do here once again. Looking for the cash, so nothing really to save. See whether there's any kills that can be found. Smoke down towards the tunnels. Bomb's still there. You can see they're trying to get that bomb down if it's at all possible, but really a very small chance of that happening. Simple heading up towards long. Desert Eagle in hand. God, somehow hits that. I couldn't tell you how, but it's Simple, just doing simple things out there.
Yeah, I think the last 2 frags we've seen from Simple was through a smoke and a flashbang, respectively. Full vision removed and still hitting the shots. Triple kill from Crims. Keep your eyes on this man, because I'm pretty sure he holds a record or set a record, and at one point was very much the highest fragger at an official LAN game. Well, now he's rocking 200 ADR and just 7 rounds of play up against Navi. That is phenomenal. Just dying twice, no less. Get to see that Simple shot again. Gobbles the flashbang.
I don't know how he does that. It's kind of insane. Orb finally for Simple. It's a glass cannon, admittedly, but finally gets it out by round number 8. NOA boost towards middle from Flasher. He'll be joined by his teammate there. That's going to be Crims. Orb from JW. Change of setup here. Broadland could have started sneaking his way forward. Get JW holding the corner, and it is a successful boost. Needs to try and get Crims out there. He is low. And Perfecto, he could get a double kill here. This could fall apart very quickly. You'll see the barrel of the orb first. We'll see whether he gets the drop on JW, which he does. Can he get both? Absolutely can.
Whoa, you called it. Huge from Perfecto. Patience to watch that tunnels push. He's had nothing to report in the B-tons until now. But look at what it has done. Flusher, Crims, they're so low from the early engagements as well. This site should be theirs. The only man that can say anything is the hero of Fnatic. He's got 16. He needs to find at least 18. And already the first added to the tally. Boomich to challenge. They're going to double peek. And Crims is still going. He's made it slightly winnable. Flusher's got no HP, but he's getting away. And now all onto what looks to be Flamey. Tucked in on the bricks. Golden has full HP. Flamey's done enough to at least find the first. The transfer's not there, and Fnatic, they will take it. Crims, not only is he winning them rounds, but he's doing it with style. That double kill.
Yeah, that didn't look possible. Like, he would have done well to get even one there. That round was Navi's. It was tied up. It was pretty much done there. They knew Crims was painted into a corner. He somehow gets two. They didn't necessarily do anything wrong there as well. He's just peaking out of control right now. This is very, very impressive. So the first kill, he knows he has to swing eventually. They got to check this position. He gets the shadow on the second. Does damage to a third as well. Great play from Fnatic as well, just to stifle the opposition. There was a chance that Flamey could have won that round, but they swing out at the same time, kind of using Flusher as a bait there with low HP. Really quite impressive stuff.
The fact that Flusher even gets one, I feel like his intention was purely to draw the crosshair, but he managed to even get a frag out of that. Fnatic, solid form, and puts Navi into the circumstances you see before us. 5 men gathered at short. JW lying in wait and misses the first. Is he really going for a double peek? That's ballsy as hell, and still gets away with it. Barrel to the belly of Electronic, traded by Flamey into the site.
A chance though for Navi. The site is open now. They've got a rifle, a Molotov available as well. Quick bomb plant to come through. Flusher just biding his time, doesn't want to give up another frag here. The retake looking good for the CTs. AWP for JW. He holds towards CT spawn right now as a Molotov is thrown towards short. It's going to buy them 7 seconds to reposition. You can see them actually posturing towards that position now. Perfecto with the Desert Eagle. It's Flamey with that M4. Here come the CTs though.
Planted for short, Perfecto. Exceptional Deagle shots, and Simple's doing the same. And Navi, with only the pistols, looking poised to collect this one. Flusher, yes, he's got a kit, but 3 standing on the site. He's going to have to wait for Simple to put his head in his crosshair, but time just is not on his side. Boomich with the rifle converts. Great round from Navi. Didn't have to bring the full buy to pick it up. JW, the fact he double peaks when he hears 5 steps charging towards him, that is just a perfect summary of what that man gets away with on a daily basis. Well,
there we have it. It will be a pretty much partial victory for Navi there. Gets them right back into this map. It's going to be 6-3 overall, a much-needed round for them. And it's actually battered and bruised the economy of Fnatic as well. They'll take a UMP and a FAMAS into this next round. JW with the glass cannon AWP. A close miss there from Simple. Almost gets the headshot through the door. And Electronic will use a long spawn to get himself out. Great flashbangs being deployed by his teammates as well, but they've have to deal with this before. It's actually looking much better. He's got a bit of space now. Flashbang is very effective. The CT strike from the corner. It's back and forth, but they'll take the lion's share. It's going to be a 3-on-2 in favor of Navi with long control granted. Crims will have no choice but to fall back.
No, it takes a certain level of class to have 2 opponents on your screen and to take a full half second to reset your recoil. Electronic does it and finds that second frag. JW bunny hopping out of pure fear as Perfecto gets the timing on him. I mean, Crims has been doing ridiculous things all game. 20-4. It's round 10. Rain held the record on this very map for a while. And that's Perfecto stopping Crims in his tracks. Navi string 2 together and keeping this one as competitive as can be.
It's going to be the eco for Fnatic. It was already a compromised round previous as they entered with the UMP and the FAMAS. The long take this time a lot more successful for Navi. You can see that supportive flashbang coming in there. Simple. Blinding absolutely everyone there. He gets 3 flash assists off that one, so that couldn't have gone better for them. Managing to break out of the long doors once they're segregated as a team. And we will see the full eco come through. And in terms of the setup, we've got 1 flashbang, USPs across the board, so Navi shouldn't have any trouble with this one whatsoever. Just going to try and suss out the situation right now. Looks like they're heading towards B. Always makes me a little bit uncomfortable. Luckily, there's no stack on this side of the map. It is the tightest choke point. Got to be very careful with this one, but they have deployed smokes towards the window from the tunnels. Looks like they should be fine here, as we're seeing lots of flashes come through. CTs could get a couple of frags in. Like I said, tight choke point, getting confusing, Alex.
Electronic's really confused. That was a perfect panic spray. Full 360 of his mouse pad. Friction burns on his wrist, but he's all cool. And so is this round, despite looking a little scary. They should be able to wrap this one up and put a cherry on it. Flusher, Crims, both very low, no armor, but more damage, chipping away at them. And JW on some kind of flank. If Boomich gets timed here, it doesn't look like it's going to work out for JW just yet. But as I say that, it's getting messy, back and forth. Scrappy finally converts.
Yeah, that should be the round. But like I said, That choke point towards the tunnels, even against USPs, this level, it's scary just to even watch them and try and attempt to walk in. It almost falls apart. You can see a breakdown in communication as to where the CTs actually were. Fnatic did very well to slow them down and get players in position and cause as much damage as they did. They didn't invest really anything at all. Just $200 with the flashbang. That was about it. And now looking to see if they can exit with a couple of rifles potentially. Unfortunately, Flusher has been spotted, so I don't think it'll be him to pick anything up, but maybe Crims can.
Absolutely, he can. Delivers, takes another full weapon and armor away. Does look like Simple will be able to retrieve the AWP before that bomb blast catches. Flusher falls, but we do see another round on the board for Navi, so things are starting to really shape up. With a 1 pistol, they now have managed to get themselves 3 on the trot. Keeping that CT side of Fnatic under control.
Good stuff. Eventually, they gave up 3 though to USPs. Like in these sort of rounds, they know they're on a full eco here. They're going towards B without a default running first. I can't work it out why you would ever do that. Luckily, they win the round, so no harm, no foul, I suppose. But as we mentioned before, every kill has a knock-on effect in CS:GO. Could come back to haunt them. As we get into round number 12 here, it's still a pretty difficult purchase here from Fnatic. Crims taking matters into his own hands. He said, "I'm having such a great game. 21 kills. I'm going for a glass cannon all. I feel like I'm not missing a shot right now." He'll hold towards the A ramp. Playing out of his mind.
Yeah, you jump from JW's respectable 5 to Crims's redonkulous 21. He's been here a lot, JW, and you can see Electronic is just waiting for a tiny inquisitive touch of that D key.
Well, the default will continue. No one towards B whatsoever. Suggests it will be an A split here, focusing towards those long doors. Now, will they be smoking the corner or going for a contact play? I like this. Simple just going to set up a nice flashbang once again. Flusher will respond, but unfortunately unable to land any damage whatsoever. The FAMAS not dealing enough whatsoever. It's going to be JW isolated towards the A side. He's not got much to work with here at all. He's got an M4, no grenades. Surely this round falls apart. Golden will get 1 back. Brolan, a scrappy kill towards the short area. Gives JW with a bit of time here, but the Krieg has been found, and this is his signature weapon.
Roland and the Krieg, and you see exactly why First Head found. Jumping away in enough to at least extend the round enough for JW's antics. You talked about the smoke bank, and in the smoke he lies, and JW does find 1. Simple, 15 seconds. Bomb has to be planted. That pressure is on him, trying to draw the fire. Repositioning all the way to ramp. JW doesn't even need to move. He's loving it. Brolan, little bit of a fluff of his lines, but still a nod of affirmation. He knows he's done it. 7 for Fnatic.
Yeah, really well done from Brolan there. As soon as he gets the Krieg, you start to think there's a chance here. I don't say it lightly at all when I say it's his signature weapon. They've put so much stock in this young man. Such a young player, but he's the one, whenever they're going for a partial buy with a cheeky rifle in there, he'll always be the one that gets the Krieg out and always seems to deliver as well. So precise with his aim. One of those young guns that seems to be lighting up the scene right now.
Yeah, that was the bomb down as well. Like, that was just the perfect way to decelerate Navi's pace on the site. Into the 13th. Simple, a delayed peek into long. He stands his ground on the molly for a moment. A team smoke enabling him to hold the line. And of course, had he caught a glimpse, he would have pulled that trigger. The Vanguard smoke. Enables it to cross.
The VP smoke now?
Or VP smoke, excuse me, yeah. Sees the fingers of Electronic and responding with a smoke of his own. JW, he's been very consistently challenging that short from the same position and yet hasn't had too many issues with it. What's going on with 4 CTs middle, Henry? I'm trying to piece this one together. It looks kind of funny.
You don't see that too often, to be honest with you there, but luckily for them, it will be Simple missing a couple of shots while blind, this time not connecting. They've run out of utility on the T side. With a minute on the clock as well, they have 2 flashes remaining. That really is far from ideal. They need Simple to step up. Now starting to deliver here. That's going to be JW. Remove. And he seems to know exactly where Crims is. Just letting him know. I know you're on the other side of this door, and I'm going to be getting you any second. Wait for this. Great shot from Brolan, though. What a response.
And he gets away. There was 2 more in tons. He's even getting the sound cue. He's even got Golden tucked in on the corner. He needs 1. Gets it. Golden perhaps baited in. He will be checked. 3 members at once, but Flamey turning away and double kill. Oh, it's all 3. Golden, magnificent work from the in-game leader to secure a crucial 8th for Fnatic.
Great Great half so far once again. We've been blessed with some great Counter-Strike today, Alex. I have to say, it's that B bomb set that eludes him once more. It doesn't seem to be working out for them. They keep going down to that same position. You can see Flamey, he thinks he's checked everything there, but he looks toward the double doors and oh no, Golden's there. No chance to communicate it. He gets 3 kills before they can even get a word out there. And it's going to have to be an eco for the final round. Number 14 will just bring a couple of Glocks, some P250s, and an AWP shot straight to the chest of Perfecto as he goes down to 14 HP. So, there's another one connecting. AW knows he's done damage.
Hit that USP, that's ambitious. Maybe another tag through the doors. JW's AWP looking like a scout this round. Unfortunately, Golden will finish off the electronic threat by doors. They've even put the MP9s out there, just gonna have that freedom of movement if they even require it. Golden's done a great job of taking down 2. Perfecto, of course, with JW's bullet still lodged within him. Flamey down to 10 as well. This one, just a chance for Navi to catch their breath, perhaps talk through how they plan to find the 6th in the final round of this first half.
Not much to report now. It's just up to Navi. See if they can maybe steal a weapon away. These MP9s probably won't make it to the next round regardless if they survive or not. See these final couple of kills come through. Just trying to farm some extra cash if they can. Only giving up 1 kill again. Looking for double digits. Fnatic enter the final round of the first half here. Remember, they lost the pistol. Had to answer back with the force buy in the second round. And it's been back and forth since, but they have got the majority of the rounds here. It's 9-5. Money not amazing on the T side here. Simple will be down to that scout once again. He hasn't really had the AWP too often, I'll be honest with you. 8 kills to his name. No one in double digits so far, which isn't the end of the world or a massive talking point, but it suggests that no one's really stepping up. We haven't seen much in terms of big opening impact kills with that AWP.
Yeah, I mean, you asked him to step up and he got a great catch in mid, but so far, minimal AWPing from Simple.
Don't get me wrong, he's amazing with the scout. It's not a huge deal.
No, it's more of a statement of Navi's current situation. Certainly not a critique. 3-2 split. Lion's share of defense on A. Gonna run boost past Krems' Deeg, and he'll be forced to fall off. Deliberate that he had his Deagle instead of his M4?
Oof. I'm not sure, to be honest with you. Interesting. But either way, he's done significant damage towards electronic. That's going to be him at 1 HP with that AK-47. Might want to hand it off to someone else.
I think I've got a good candidate on our screen right there. See how confident Simple is in his scout if he keeps it in the face of a teammate with 1 HP and an AK. Smoke towards the mid doors. That's one further to the left, often combined with a second. We'll see.
That's when you know they're committing. I said it before. Then you can actually have an educated guess. They're going for it. One smoke suggests it's a fake. This certainly isn't, though. It's going to be Brolan and Golden working in tandem here, flashing them off, swinging together. It's another B finish from Navi with 30 seconds on the clock. They've got an access point now. Golden, though, has been very strong on this side of the map. He's looking like he's going to close things out. No problem at all. It's a 4 versus 1 of Flamey on 16 points of health. Flusher, he can get away with this one. That's absolutely fine. Double digits for Fnatic here as we end the half.
Full control and a Krems who has got something to prove.
He certainly has, and I feel like he has proved it at this point with 21 kills, but it started to slow down towards the end of that half, but he'd already put in a very solid shift, I have to say. It's going to be a fast mid-approach potentially with 3 towards lower B. Simple. He's actually waiting towards short. In that smoke, he can hear them actually flooding towards the doors at this point. Does he pull off some heroics here? Time will tell. Electronic will kick things off in style, though. The PD delivering. He'll get the first kill, but Golden's there to back things up. And we go into a 4-on-4. Simple still lying in wait here. Has to connect this first headshot. Doesn't get it. Does he decide to fall back? Potentially. Showing a bit of restraint there, Simple. He will be going back and holding towards the A site.
We've been talking about this influx of restraint in Pro CS in 2020. Well, starting to see more and more examples of it here in Katowice. Every choice you make.
Oh, Golden might be buggered here, Alex.
Yeah, it doesn't look good. I like the Hail Mary flashbang.
Yeah.
Hoping his bullets would connect with the dual white screen, but not to be. Instead, advantage Navi.
Well, JW is going to try and make up for it. Oh my goodness, didn't see that coming at all. Assumed he was in the pit. And it's going to be Crims at least bringing the round back into contention. We'll see whether this split from long will be enough here. You can see Simple feeling the pressure. Flashbang will assist him to fall back towards the site and actually buys him a little bit of time here. 35 seconds on the clock, and Fnatic will have to readjust and see what they can do next. Flush has got through the mid doors at least. They can pretty much assume there'll be one player towards the B side, so that makes the most sense. They've got no smoke for spawn though. Need to have a quick kill if possible. Flusher gets it. Now B really will be the objective.
They know where they both are, 1A, 1B, and can put their numbers together towards the latter.
Yeah.
Flamey. This is going to have to be a precise shot to Crims. Doesn't hand the first or the second, and Crims long range and 8 seconds left. It should just be enough time to get across. 5-4 on the nose as the bomb does go down. Simple, you said restrained. Let's see if his survival will pay off. Tags off one just on the cross. Flusher, he is being such a nuisance.
It's making me very anxious, I have to say. You're playing a dangerous game there against Simple, my friend. Well, he has got a kit available to him, and we'll see if we can get the first kill. Apparently not. It's going to be Flusher shutting him down there. There was an opportunity, but very well played from Fnatic as well, recovering the rounds after it felt like it all fell apart there towards the A site, especially towards long as well. There was some great shots coming in. Unfortunately, doesn't work out, though. And it's going to be back towards B, the key frag towards CT spawn. This is the kills from Boomich. They assumed he was in the pit. Wasn't the case. Crims brings the round back into some sort of favor, and this was the kill here. As soon as they took Flamey down, that was it for me.
Very hard shot to hit from Crims as well with the P2K. No less. Into the force from Navi. It is going to be that Boomich scout, and surrounded by CZs and Deagles of the player's preference. Electronic, the only one exception to the rule. Bomb was waiting at the back of long, so this isn't going to be any sort of early commitment. Instead, just a flashbang and a peek from Golden to see anyone wants to fight on long. Electronic setting Simple up for something on the sound queue. A smoke first, though, interestingly enough.
The full investment here. Navi on the scout once again. Simple not the one to be rocking it this time. It's going to be Boomich. 3 players of our helmets, but they do have some firepower within their ranks in the form of the Desert Eagle. Most popular pistol in the game right now, by quite some margin.
Electronic setting up Simple. Well, there's not much more a duo can do than that. Waiting for that smoke to fade, but it seems like Brolin's all too wise for that. He's so anti-flash right now, tucked into that corner. Nades, bullets, all being thrown in response. And elsewhere, it looks like Boomich's scout did do work, but it was immediately traded. Now Simple, element of surprise. He used the smoke to reposition and punishes. Electronics tucked in on the site. That CZ is going to make short work of Crims, but it's not the first target he finds. Instead, it's Golden, healthy and better than ever. Now with the bomb, can go down uncontested, both locked out by Short.
Oh. It was a little bit dicey, but I think they've stuck the landing on this one. And we'll be at 3 versus 2 with Golden and Crims on very low HP, but they should be absolutely fine here with no kit available. Flamey at 58 as well. They'll just be holding back and seeing if there's any exit frags to find, any weapons they can recover. But there was a chance there. It was a moment where Simple sat in that smoke. He felt like he was going to get a couple. He was good for one. Boomich managed to connect a headshot as well with the scout, but that was about it. They'll recover that UMP, hold on to the Deagle. They're going to be eco next round regardless, so might as well hold on to something there. Desert Eagle and UMP, they can actually drop Perfecto's Desert Eagle as well, so it'll actually be a pretty decent, not buy, but a pretty decent setup overall. A chance to win the round for sure.
Yeah, doable, and it has to be at this state of affairs. I mean, this is Dust 2 starting to fly by. The half didn't feel too bad.
Yeah, this is the pick of Navi as well, bear in mind. So this is going to be Fnatic with wind in their sails if they manage to pick up this first map, which is looking very likely considering the scoreline and another eco coming up here now. But bear in mind, players like Electronic and Simple, Desert Eagles in their hand can do so much damage here. But I just don't feel like Fnatic are the sort of team that will just walk into B like we saw from Navi. I don't think that sort of scrappy player will be coming forward, as they'll just be killing people for the door and pretty much confirming the round before it even starts.
Oh, what a nasty way to go. Salt rubbed viciously into the wound by Crims's Krieg.
That was the UMP as well, I think. So yeah, Flamey will have to recover it. Lucky he's got armor, so might be able to do something with that. But this is very methodical from Fnatic.
That's lovely.
Yeah, Xbox
him on
down.
That boost.
T-spawn ready to go.
JW's so close by that wall. Electronic likely going to want to try and push through this in sync with Simple. Good body shots from the Desert Eagle, but he bides his time, still waiting on the edge of that smoke. And Flusher is going to give them that bomb. Likely Golden perhaps going to be retreating or sticking with his man. Oh, perfect positioning from Electronic. Could see the toes under the smoke, but I think that's enough to dissuade. Brolin, however, has relieved some pressure elsewhere.
He certainly has. I didn't think this round would be anything close to exciting, but simple. Great shot from him. It's just going to leave Boomich with the P2000 towards short. Maybe gets JW here, but it's unlikely. He's going to try and recover the Desert Eagle. Increases his chances somewhat. If he gets a 1D here, there's a chance, but Golden, very clinical in his approach, will be shutting the round down and finding 13-5. Now, this is a very interesting round here. Simple can afford the AWP, but Fnatic got a lot of cash here. They know they've got Navi on the ropes. You could just drop a fast mid to B split on them right now. You could just go for a B contact play. There's something a little bit different, a little bit avant-garde perhaps, yeah, just to kind of throw in the mix, knowing that they're not completely stable yet. They haven't got comfortable on the CT side, and you've got a 3-0 lead.
It was lovely Deagle shot. Connecting from the grave as the nade was already sailing through the air. And you called it. Does seem like it's going to be something a little different from Fnatic, at least to start things off.
These sort of rounds, when you know you've got a massive advantage, it's a good chance to close out the game as well. Set piece, you want to have an objective at the start of the round, and it's dropped something unexpected on them, which is going to be the B split coming in. So this is a perfect call, in my opinion, from Fnatic. It will be the contact play, one player coming for the mid doors for rotations, but a good position there from Perfecto. Watch out for him. It is often Molotov, but he can do a lot with this.
Tucked in on the corner, and they have already got 2 through. Flamey's drawing their attention, and more than that, he's fragged to 2 of them and taking it in turns. Double for both of the B players. That's one way to defend the site. Golden was the only one not attached to the initial push, and now he's just locked in a rock and a hard place scenario. It's pick your poison. A CT at your spawn, or the one waiting with that AWP in middle.
So just Golden remaining. Doesn't go to plan, I'm afraid. I'd love to see the frags and POV of Flamey. He assumed he was at the back taking all that aggro, but managed to get a couple of kills and just set Perfecto up for a double spray down of his own. Golden to find a kill. It'd be something does significant damage towards Electronic but can't convert it. That's going to be the first on the board in the second half of Navi. It's at 6 from total, and that cost Fnatic quite a lot. I wouldn't be surprised if they took a tactical timeout here just to kind of assess their options. There is a buy available, but it's going to have to be some distribution of wealth here. Perfecto playing it very well. The smoke is such a nuisance here. If you can deploy that at the mouth of the B tunnel just as they're coming in, it's a nightmare.
You could see that even, I think, on that box that Crims would strafed onto, he was still having issues with vision. And Perfecto and Flamey together rip apart the avant-garde approach that Fnatic managed to rustle up.
Well held. Means they have all their grenades now. The AWP, a Krieg within their ranks. Simple holds. And a solo mana towards Long. He's at the corner with the AWP. 13-6. Partial investment, if you want to call it that. Deagles across the board. 2 players are just Kevlar, no armor. They've got 3 smokes here. So they've got short control. You'd imagine a catwalk smoke, 1 towards CT spawn, flash over, maybe get a couple of players dropping down and trying to overwhelm the AWP on the other side. That's your best approach. You might be able to get a short plan out of it, but it all comes down to whether Simple hits his shots. We saw it earlier today with Kenny S in these sort of positions. They are difficult shots. There's the first smoke towards catwalk. I'd expect to see one towards spawn as well, but we'll see.
Give me Simple just plucking a Fnatic player off that run boost. Mid-air, just swatting the fly. That would make me a very happy camper, but it doesn't seem to be the case just yet. They still continue to bide their time. There's the second smoke. They were hoping
there it is
to go off that one. Flashes as well. Second to enable the cross. Makes the line a lot tighter for Simple to hold. He's only going to be able to get 1 before he falls back and they're across. This is so calculated from Fnatic. They take the site with minimum casualties.
Good discipline from Simple as well there. Certainly another kill available for him, but taking the 5-on-4 lead, not giving them anything at all. These retakes against Desert Eagles, and you know they've got no grenades at all, should be pretty conclusive. We shouldn't see much of a resistance here from Fnatic, but if something quite special the Desert Eagles is delivered with a 3-man stack, you never know.
He gets the info. Crim saw where those nades were coming from, calls the CT presence, and that's Boomich traded. Chance for a second here, but immediately pre-fired. And yeah, as you said, very, very difficult circumstances presented for Fnatic. But a bomb plant and a frag is what they bring out of that one. Round 21 on the cards with a bit of a better buy.
Yeah, absolutely. Can't be too mad at that if you're Fnatic. You managed to get a bomb down, a couple of kills. You're never going to win the round with that post-plant situation, but you made things uncomfortable. Came down to the wire. Krim just 27 kills now. Just going to keep track of that. That lovely shot towards CT spawn. If he gets another, he gets that one. Could have been onto something. He could have ducked and weaved and play off the player towards short. Obviously didn't come through. Now we have a decent buy. They have waited for this moment, given up 2 rounds, and they have got the AWP in the hands of JW. He's looking towards the mid doors right now. We'll change his setup here. Focus towards A. With 4 players at the start of the round to shut down the long push, but that's not being presented by Fnatic at all. Holding onto their utility and a default setup. Brolan towards these double doors right now, seeing if there's any points of access. It's just going to come down to raw fragging potential here. He nails it. Oh, does he ever? 2 kills towards CT spawn. Put the brakes on, get out of there if possible. He's going to commit off this. Fair play. They notice 1 player towards the B bomb site. That is going to be Flamey. Flusha trying to apply pressure from the bomb site itself. And he's done more than that. Gets a brilliant headshot. That's round done. Just a little solo gambit from Brolan there. You thought 1 would be good, but he gets 2. No one goes down. Bomb planted. Round over.
Crazy. I mean, that was a default. That looked like it could have been a 60-second nothing's happened kind of round, and then Brolan walks up mid.
That's like a star player move. Like players like Nico will walk out mid doors with that sort of confidence, knowing they can hit those sort of shots, and seeing Brolan have that sort of ambition as well. That's really fantastic. He absolutely nails that one, and there's nothing down to it in terms of that's a really rehearsed strategy. Like he gets a feeling, he's found some room, and he looks towards CD spawn and just nails them with individual class.
And then he has the the luxury of having a teammate like Flusha to say, all right, I'll help you, I'll hit B, and gets the frag.
And just bear in mind as well, we noted there were 4 CTs towards A at the very start. Like Dust 2 on the CT side in the modern game is a nightmare because like you're dealing with a lot of B splits, A executions, long take space off spawn. You have to kind of predict what's going to be coming and then organize yourself accordingly, base it on timeouts, spawns, try and work things out. And Brolan, he knows that they don't want to get stacked towards longer 3 players, maybe 3 towards B. So helping yourself towards middle is something we're seeing more and more of, and it pays off in a massive way here. Let's have another look at it.
Yeah, the first, lovely, but he's anticipating the second swing. A slight touch of his side strafe tucks him back in.
You can see Flamey that's not a mistake by him at all. Like he's got so much pressure from middle and B. He had to address one of those positions, jumps into the mouths of the B tunnels, doesn't work out for him, but luckily they have got enough for a double AWP situation here. But Brolan, he has been flashed in a position. He could have swung through that smoke, goes to the more conservative approach. He would have been pretty blind himself. They've got long control now for the first time this half. What do they do with it? Flushes in towards upper B, waiting for a reaction from Perfecto. So this is where the mind games begin now. They're going to leave one sniper towards a pit. This is classic Counter-Strike now. This is how you play Dust 2. You get that long control, sniper towards a pit, then you go back towards short. They're going to try and pincer towards the A side and just apply so much pressure to the players on towards the bomb side itself. So there has to be a reaction now. You can see that Navi are trying to prop up the short position.
Xbox smoke lands. It's all suggesting exactly what you called, but instead the pieces don't move.
This is a very interesting round here. Navi operating with little to no information. That smoke towards Xbox removes it. Now they're going to be thinking about short. They haven't lost any frags yet, but real estate on Dust 2 that's what it's all about. You're going to bait out the utility on the CT side now. They still have 1 smoke, some Molotovs here. But still, Navi are doing a good job at least holding on to short. They can't give both up.
Can't, but Electronic caught through the smoke, and Crimson's bullets weren't far off either. Symbol's getting chipped away at. The Molotov's good too, burnt down to 40. And JW was set up in pit, misses his first, but Brolan quick to aid his teammates on the cross. Simple missing a shot, and that's all they needed. Flusha can punish that mistake, and then some. A double as he drops down CT. Perfecto, newest addition to the Navi roster, and has 3 to find to stop that match point from being secured.
Don't think he's got a chance now. The loud shots of the M4A4 rattle off from CT spawn, and he might be done for here. That's going to be 15-7, and I dare say the money is in a very fragile position. Simple still has $7,000 because he's been dropped so many AWPs, so he can buy up the sniper straight away. Surely they'll call a tactical timeout here. I would imagine. I saw Blade signaling for one. Please let me say something.
He would like to talk.
Here's map point. Can we not?
I mean, Flush has been playing with his flare all game long. We saw him with the pistol round, just strafing past the doors in a clutch versus Simple. I think that flare, playing like that style, it may seem, disrespectful, but it's all part of the way this Fnatic machine operates. Confidence. That's lovely from Simple. He got given a second chance by Golden.
I'm surprised he even challenged that again. Like, once you've heard an AWP shot fire off towards that position, you've got a rifle, I'm knife out, I'm out of there. But still, managed to do some damage, I suppose, but it is man advantage for Navi. Crims detects a player on the other side of the long doors here. Firing off those Krieg bullets, nothing connecting just yet. He's so worried about the presence of CTs within the smoke. It really has come through into fashion like the last few months. I don't like it myself, but if it's there, you might as well use it.
jumping for the info. Boomich actually did a lovely job of seeing two bodies there, and now Flamey will be baited in, but it looked like the transfer would have been perfect. JW doing the work for him. Fnatic, they have the advantage now, access to long, and catching them is Flusher on the rotate, but still the AWP in mid. And Simple's even set up for the cross.
I think Simple does this. This is the sort of rounds he does win. He's got a slight gap there. They don't know it. And I dare say he's going to get at least one. They're going to have to jump across now. Oh, doesn't quite connect. That might be the round now because they can get a proper long plan down here, which is that one. It's more of a platform plan, I suppose, but still very powerful with no kits here. Both players coming in from short. They can't just walk up to the bomb site. They're going to have to make some noise, flash over, and see what they can do.
JW wanted to take that fight. Crims has the Krieg as well, so this cross, you see why Perfecto is crouching. There's a reason for that. Covered by the baskets, but it doesn't stop Crims hitting the shots, and Fnatic secure Navi's map pick. This series, it could be a quick one. The Swedes have come to